Done the whole mind control thing.
MCU. Wanda will be the next Thanos-level villain. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is a media franchise created by Marvel Studios, set primarily in a shared universe designated as the reality Earth 199-999, within Marvel's multiverse system, with some installments also set in adjacent or branching realities. In today's video, we are going to talk about if Wanda will be the next Thanos-level villain in MCU. But before going on with our video, hit that subscribe button to watch more videos like this one. Now, let's get going. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Wanda's first proper appearance in the franchise came in Age of Ultron, when she and her brother Pietro fought alongside the murderous robot.
Please, don't do this.
What choice do we have?
Seeking vengeance after Stark Industries Tech killed their parents and left them orphans, Wanda and Pietro were in opposition to the Avengers. Wanda Maximoff is a native of Sokovia who grew up with her fraternal twin brother Pietro. To help purge their country of strife, the twins joined Hydra and agreed to undergo experiments with the scepter under the supervision of Wolfgang von Strucker. The two received superpowers as a result, with Wanda attaining various abilities including telekinesis, telepathy, and energy manipulation. When Hydra fell, the twins joined Ultron to get their revenge on Tony Stark over his weapons killing their family in a bombing. They only switched sides when it became clear that Ultron's evil plans extended beyond killing Tony Stark and company. Since then, Wanda has never truly been a traditional hero or villain. She tilts between good and evil, always acting upon her human emotions instead of any greater agenda or moral code. She is in the gray area of the universe of largely black and white characters. Avengers: Infinity War. In 2018, Wanda and Vision had begun a secret romantic relationship while living off the grid in Edinburgh. Members of the Children of Thanos are sent to retrieve the Mind Stone when Vision asks Wanda to destroy him and the Mind Stone, but Wanda refuses. Thanos' army invades Wakanda and Shuri works to extract the Mind Stone from Vision. But she is unable to complete the extraction of the Mind Stone from Vision before Thanos arrives to retrieve it.
Turning on each other, and when you get inside, the rest of their head.
Everyone's plan is not to kill them.
Wanda is forced to destroy the Mind Stone and Vision, but Thanos uses the Time Stone to reverse her actions. He rips the repaired Mind Stone from Vision's forehead, effectively deactivating him. Thanos, with the completed Infinity Gauntlet, snaps his fingers and Wanda becomes one of the victims of the blip. Avengers: Endgame. In 2023, Wanda is restored to life and is brought to the Avengers headquarters to take part in the final battle against an alternate version of Thanos. Wanda confronts Thanos directly and nearly defeats him, destroying his sword and forcing him to order his warship to bomb the area, including his own troops to escape. After Stark sacrifices his life to defeat Thanos, Wanda attends Stark's funeral and reunites with Clint Barton.
Done the whole mind control thing.
WandaVision. Marvel fans think they know who the true villain of WandaVision is after hints in the latest episode of Malcolm in the Middle. It is a show-inspired tale set in the 1990s. There are hints dropped all over the place about who could potentially be the real villain in the Disney Plus show. WandaVision keeps on dropping more crazy revelations and hints for future reveals with every episode.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
The Scarlet Witch has been a bit of an anomaly, especially compared to the rest of the characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She is defined by her grief and a rare instance of a villain turned hero. In WandaVision, her motives don't appear to be malicious by any means. She's not just another villain who wants to watch the world burn. Then again, she's acting out of self-interest, looking to heal her pain by creating a world where it doesn't exist in the first place. The problem with that is she's apparently cast thousands of real people against their will to help her cope. Wanda Maximoff is shown trapping possibly hundreds of people in a terminal state of mind control, making the main theme of the show dark. Wanda as the next Thanos. Now that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has finally closed the book on the Infinity Saga, who will replace Thanos as its next major villain? There is no Avenger 5 on the horizon, and with all the exciting MCU crossovers ahead, there's really no rush to make the next Avengers film. Thanks to Disney's acquisition of Fox, the MCU now has access to Fantastic Four and X-Men. Wanda Maximoff has close ties to both the X-Men and the Avengers, and a backstory so confusing that many comic readers still debate whether Scarlet Witch is a mutant. She may not be a villain these days, but when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created her in 1964, that wasn't the case. The best villains are almost always the ones with a personal connection, and while the Scarlet Witch certainly wouldn't be evil, she could easily go down a similar path to that of her comic counterpart. Plus, if Wanda did become the next big bad in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there would be a great opportunity to explore her character development further in the future seasons of WandaVision, rather than using her as a mere plot device. WandaVision teases that Wanda is capable of becoming the Marvel Cinematic Universe's next big bad. However, replacing Thanos means killing half-universe of all life. Wanda at worst increases her pocket dimension to cover Earth. No one would die from that. Wanda has been in the MCU for about 5 to 6 years, and it has only been 1 or 2 years since the ending of the Infinity Stone saga of the MCU has finished. They will want to build up another new big bad guy, not just plop to our less than 2 years later. Possible Thanos replacements. Dr. Doom. If done correctly, Dr. Doom could be one of the greatest villains yet, perhaps even becoming as vital to the MCU as the God of Mischief himself. Unequivocally, one of Marvel's most formidable foes, Victor Von Doom has proven more than a match for even Marvel's most powerful heroes. Regardless of whom he's up against, Doom himself is a fascinating character. It is their complexities that make villains such as Loki and Killmonger stand out in a long line of mediocre MCU foes, and Doom is no two-dimensional baddie. Galactus. A major villain with strong ties to the Fantastic Four is Galactus. With his appearance in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, but that giant cloud monster bared little resemblance to the larger-than-life villain. He may be a well-known Fantastic Four big bad, but Marvel could begin setting him up as a major threat in the post-credit scenes of just about any upcoming MCU film. One of the most powerful entities in Marvel Comics, Galactus is a problem that would take multiple heroes to solve. Kang the Conqueror. Marvel has no shortage of options when it comes to who could serve as the next overarching villain in the MCU. Kang is inherently different to Thanos. He isn't an all-powerful godlike being who thinks he's saving the universe. Kang is a human who relies on technology to get what he wants. He also has no illusions about the kind of person he is. He's a man fueled by hate and ambition. Kang is not the kind of villain that appears in the third Ant-Man movie and then disappears back into obscurity. In Marvel Comics, Kang is probably the Avengers' most persistent and powerful foe after Thanos, Ultron, and Loki. And Thanos, Ultron, and Loki have already gotten their own Avengers films. In other words, Kang's way too important a character to introduce in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania unless it's going to lead to many more appearances, the same way that Thanos' brief role in the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy set up his storyline in Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame. Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn would be an excellent option, though it's unclear if Disney and Sony would have to come to new terms for Marvel to use him as anything other than a Spider-Man villain. He is best known to many as one of Spidey's major antagonists, Green Goblin, who first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man. Green Goblin may be one of Spider-Man's fiercest foes, but in the wake of Marvel Comics' Secret Invasion, he proved just how dangerous he could truly be as Norman Osborn. He took over S.H.I.E.L.D., formed his own Dark Avengers, and led the team as Iron Patriot during Dark Reign. Annihilus. Annihilus was introduced as the immensely powerful ruler of the Negative Zone, reigning over its inhabitants with his cosmic control rod. He may be a frequent Fantastic Four foe, but he has clashed with plenty of other Marvel heroes as well, including the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Spider-Man. Perhaps lesser known than some of the other villains, Annihilus is a formidable threat that could prove thrilling to watch on the big screen. Do you think Wanda will be the next Thanos? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos in the future. Also, hit the bell icon button to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos.